Well, we had a little explosion. Not really. But I am rethinking a lot of things right now. As you can see, we're in pieces. X and Y motors are off. X and Y tables are off. X and Y tables are disassembled. And I'm working through an issue with backlash on the X drive primarily, but I found that I have some variances on the Y drive as well. And I thought, well, let's see what we can do to get to the bottom of this. And what I thought I would do is go ahead and take the time to explain the anatomy of this gizmo, so it could be appreciated. This is the lower track for the Y. It goes like that. And this is the track for the Z, and it goes in that orientation. And I've removed them from the overall system. And the connecting link here is this holder, if you will. It has a race on the lower half, which handles the y-axis, and then this is the adjustment for friction and gap, and this is the spacer that rubs on the inside. This is a piece of brass, and you adjust it with these set screws here in and out, depending on the wiggle that you give it. The unique feature in this is these nylon nuts are used as drivers, and they couple in with this particular block and make that then sort of a common component. The y-axis will move on it like this, and that moves the whole table. And then the it goes like that, right? Goes like that. And then the z-axis moves within the block on top. So this is always in the Y position, and the Z moves across it, and then it moves up and down to create the Y. The X goes this way, of course. And then the Z is a whole different disconnected vertical. It's been working great. It's someone else's design. This is a contraption that I'm trying to build, and that's probably what's going on here. In any case, it came with two of these little nylon pieces that are like round dowel with threads inside them. And then the threaded rod goes in. These get captured. I believe it was like this. This is one, and then this is the other, if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong. I don't know. I don't think it matters. And so one rod threads in that way, one rod threads in that way, and that's how it moves. And what I was getting was backlash. Now, if it's sitting like this, and I had backlash in the Z-axis, I've created a little diagram for myself. I thought I'd share it with you. This is the plastic nut, and this is the drive. There's the motor, there's the coupler, these are the bearings, one on each end, and the bearings are captured with a nut. And what I found was, fully assembled, I was getting a 0.06 inch non-rotation once I changed direction. So if I was going in this direction and I stopped, and then I want to go 1 millimeter back, it would only move about 0.5 millimeters back. And the motor would turn, but nothing would move for over half a rotation. I thought that was not right. Interesting. I tried it with this guy, and he had a similar situation, but it was a little more difficult to measure, so I don't have the exact numbers, but it could be like a 0.01 maybe. This one had much more what I call backlash or slop or dead zone when the spinner turns. Okay. So I put it back together, and I did the push-pull. I looked at all the threads. I looked at everything, and it seemed solid. The only variable that I could think of that might have been causing this problem was... Is it like this? No, it's like this. Okay. Was the pressure I put on the brass plate. And as you can see, this brass plate has quite a bit of wear on one end. This one has a lot of wear on one end and some grit in it. So I'm wondering if I didn't assemble them well, or I put them together and there's got some grit in them. I didn't have these shields on initially. I left them off until I wanted to make sure I had everything right before I put these back on, because they're kind of a pain in the neck to do. But I think what I needed to do now is to clean everything, lube everything properly, grease these and whatnot, put a little oil, clean these real well and oil them, and see if I can't reassemble them and verify the backlash is what it is. And if I can't do anything about it, if I just can't, one idea I had, I think if it's on the next page or not. Oh no, I'm going backwards. That's right. I'll show you this later. One thing I had was to remake these using